Welcome to class 11. So those who gave the ICSC board exam and CBSC board exam, right? And all different other boards. So you are going to start a new journey that's called class 11, right? So now today's sessions I am going to help you to connect that whatever you have learned so far in class 9 and 10 and how that's going to help you in class 11 and how we are going to start the class 11, the first 10 hours of class 11, right? So in class 9 in different boards you have learned about the equation of motion. So what are the equation of motions? That is B is equal to U plus AT, AC is equal to U plus half AT square, and one more was there, P square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So these three equation of motions you learn in class 9, right? And in class 10 also we have some chapters in ICSC on this. So what is S? S is displacement, it's a vector quantity. U is the initial velocity at the starting point of the journey. F is the final velocity. A is for acceleration, T is time. So these are the important parameters for the motion chapter in class 11, right? Now you have to see the things in different angle nowadays, like you need some mathematical focus when learning these things, right? And there is very less scope of something like you have to get ready with some literal words like some definitions. So definition of velocity, definition of acceleration, this is not the things like this kind of questions you are going to receive. You will be receiving the pure conceptual questions. So when you start the class 11, so you must learn from your understanding level. Like in every class, wherever you are going to learn physics, just ask yourself at the end of the class, is it really clear to me? If not clear, please ask to your teacher, about the same thing. It might take time, like in marination time, I am saying, like, you need some time to adapt the new things. It's not only that someone taking class and you got understanding, right? Also, there is a time called adaptation time and the marination time. Like, you need some time, maybe 1 month, maybe 2 months to get grip on this each and every chapters. So you have to attend class multiple times, you have to read the things multiple times, and also you have to write the things multiple times. And after certain few months, this will be ready for you. Okay, let's start. So velocity is the function of time. Why I am saying, as I told, V is equal to U plus AT. In this equation, U is constant, A is constant. All these equation of motions, there is one common theme. What's the theme? Acceleration is constant. It's called, uniform accelerations. So velocity is varying with time. That's why T is the, variable part here. T is the variable part here. So velocity, I can say, is the function of time. Now, next is acceleration. If you see here, again acceleration is also function of time. Here, from here what I can say, A is equal to, V minus U by T. So again acceleration also depends on time. Next is the S. The displacement is also depends on time. So you can say displacement is also function of time. That means time dependent variable. So this part is very important to adapt. Okay. So for that things, you just start writing, and you have learned that linear equations, x, y variables. So those concepts, I am going to clear to you. Okay, fine. Now next is that this is the equation of motions, and we took here the positive acceleration. Now let me tell you a little bit about calculus, which is also required here, right? So next is that the vertical motions. What happened that vertical motions, you are throwing something upward, right? This was also in your class 10 syllabus. So on that case, what happened? If any object on fly, there is a gravitational force pulling the object toward the center of the earth. If this is earth, any object on fly, this will be attracted by the earth gravitational force. The value of that is F G M1 M2 by r square. And one more notation we are saying F is equal to mg, right? So gravitational force cause or create gravitational acceleration. Sometimes I have seen the students are getting confused that what to say to teacher, force or acceleration. Do remember, force is the fundamental, gravitational force is the fundamental that cause gravitational accelerations. So force cause acceleration. This is always acting downward. So G is positive downward. G is the acceleration caused by earth gravity. Fine. So if you have something so two cases. One is that downward motion. One is the upward motions. Right. So for downward motions, if it is in free fall from this height, if it's called free fall, or we are saying we are releasing something, right? We are releasing something from here, it will fall like this with the positive g. So equation of motion will be like v is equal to u plus gt. Here we can say acceleration is equal to plus g, right? So v square is equal to e square plus 2gh, and h is equal to ut plus half gt square. Here h means s is replaced by h, the height, right? Now, if you throw the ball upward, then what's going to happen? If you throw a ball upward, this acceleration will be minus g. You are going against the accelerations, right? So what happened? V is equal to u minus gt, v square is equal to e square minus 2gh, and h is equal to ut minus half gt square. So this way you have to do practice. So getting prepared for class 11 means prepared like exactly this way. Read less, write more. Write more. Every day make a habit of, let's start with 15 minutes a day. Do practice. Then again you start 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever you can do. Do limitless practice like this, then you will get grip. Then you will have to go to the solving the numericals. Fine. So minus d means, so that's why if you throw a ball here, it will be at rest at this position. If you throw anything upward, in some height, it will be at rest. The same you are seeing in the cricket, right? Whenever someone is hitting the ball, it's reach a height, then it is again come back, right? So that is called max height. It's called max height. Now, the question will be how to get the max height, right? So how to get the max height? Let's you have the ball here, you have thrown with u velocity, it's reached here, final velocity v, and the upward acceleration is minus d. So equation will be v square is equal to e square minus 2gh. Let the height is h. So h will be here e square by 2g because v is 0. So this is the formula. Again, in class 11, these formulas you can build in a 5 seconds. So you don't have to remember these formulas. Just do practice, and whenever you are going to solve a problem, just build a formula like this. That's it. Okay. So you make it a habit because you have the half yearly exam after a few months, or you have different unit tests. You do practice like that. Okay. Next is the graphical relations. Like if I take ST, so S will be in the y-axis, T will always be in the, time will always be in the x-axis all time. So ST graph, what are the types? If I graph like this, so it will be like S is equal to ut. So this is presenting the uniform velocity, right? So now next is that if I draw a graph like this, ST like this, S in this direction, T is this direction. So this means the time is going ahead, but the displacement is not getting changed. So object at rest, ST graph, object at rest, and here with time the object is moving. So now you know that you have to get the slope, right? The slope of ST graph will be the velocity. So you can say u is equal to s2 minus s1 by t2 minus t1. Change in displacement with respect to the change in time, it's called velocity. Now you can say like also u is equal to ds by dt, means it's a part of calculus like instantaneous velocity. small change in displacement with respect to small change in time, right? So these are the ST graph. So now one more graph is there. So